Evening, brothers. How you guys doing? Hey, Adam. Hey, Zacharias. Good evening. How you guys doing? Sorry I'm a little bit late tonight. Took me a little while to get set up. It was had a busy day. So, we're back. We're painting Sangregard. Seems like it's a sort of ongoing story, isn't it? These damn Sangregard. But nonetheless, we're going to get fired right into it. Good evening, Tony. How you doing? Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Hey, Martin. How you doing? Maybe try not to bang the camera around as well. So just where we were the other night, we were kind of done with a lot of their joints and stuff. So we're going to be, hopefully we're going to be moving on to something pretty soon. But for the moment, I'm giving their wings a second coat of Celestial Grey so I can get the wings washed soonish, I guess. I don't really have a plan of how I'm painting these. I'm just going with the flow. But yeah, let me know in the chat what you guys are painting tonight. And maybe I'll start a new brush tonight, because all the brushes I've been using for a while are kind of gash. So yeah, maybe we'll start a new brush tonight. Let me see if I just position this camera a little bit better. It's got a mind of its own, I swear. No. Hey Ross, how you doing? Hey Dante. Hey Marcel. Assembling the classic Blood Angels tactical squad. Awesome. The classic one is really cool. I'm kind of sad that they discontinued it. If nothing else, for the parts you could use on other models, right? Do you know what I kind of need to do? I kind of need to give the tops of these wings another coat of white. Maybe that's where I'll start tonight once I've done this, because this white here is tragically. I mean, I guess I've touched it a lot while I've been doing these guys, but at the same time, I guess it was just a first coat of white, and white over gold spray doesn't really work so well. How old is this brush? Probably like, I want to say like since the start of 9th edition, so probably coming up to a year or something. This is definitely, these Element Games brushes last really well, honestly. I swear by them. But yeah, this one's probably been, he's probably done like 40 infantry and at least like 2 or 3 vehicles as well. So I'm just going to use it probably. I tend to use older brushes for base coats, and then as a new brush starts to like wear in, then I'll just use it for base coats as well. So I guess that's kind of where we are with this brush here. Bit of work on Dreads tonight. I was working on my Dreadnought this morning, Tony. I am making some good progress on that Librarian Dreadnought. I'm going to work on him tomorrow morning. I usually get like, let's say 90 minutes on a Sunday morning. So I'm going to spend 90 minutes on him tomorrow morning, and then it's a bank holiday Monday, so I'm not working. So I'm going to spend like hopefully maybe 2 hours on him Monday morning, and then like he won't be finished, but he'll be in a really good state for Monday night's battle report, right? Like you should have at least all base colors on him and maybe some shading done as well. I'm hoping. I am hoping. So he'll look a hell of a lot better from the last time that we fielded him, which I think was just basically red with like a little blue bob in the front middle. I've used a lot of bits to customize my Primaris stuff. Yeah, it's kind of sad how little Blood Angels, like the Primaris upgrade sprue for Blood Angels is kind of just, I guess it's not bad, but it's not really good either, right? It's just like, it's a bit average, I feel like. So if you want to customize your Primaris, like I actually bought another box of Death Company Marines. Like I have no need of more Death Company Marines. I think I actually used some of the legs and bodies to make Vanguard veterans, but I just bought the Death Company box because I wanted like all the Death Company heads, the Death Company shoulders, and there's some other cool little bits like that go in the Death Company backpacks and stuff like that as well, didn't it? Did you guys check the Flesh Tear's army Fletcher's painting is doing for Tabletop Tactics? Do you know what? I have seen... He must have been working that on a while, because I saw some of it like a month or two ago now, maybe even longer. Does Element ship to the US? I mean, they probably do, but you'll probably get taxed, or it'll probably cost you a lot to get it shipped, I imagine. Ross, unfortunately. We're really lucky here in the UK. Element is actually really solid, like good. You know, they knock 20% off all the RRP, which is crazy. I order pretty much everything from them. The only thing I wouldn't order from them is like spray cans, because there's some stupid UK law where like spray cans can't be sent in the post, so they have to go by courier, and it costs like a lot more. But yeah, Element is really great. Really must have saved me hundreds of pounds over the years, right? Just, well, it's 20% on everything, and I have tons, and like, you know, I had a 2,000 point pile of shame, so if I've got a 2,000 point pile of shame, argues to say that I spent a lot of money on this hobby. Probably over the time, it's probably like saved me like $1,000 then, you know? That's what I don't really get about like people always going to the retail stores and stuff, because like I have a lot of friends that always go to the retail stores, and I'm like looking at them and I was like, you know, it's 20% cheaper on Element games, right? Like, I mean, maybe I'm just a cheapskate, but I'll take 20% off all day of the week. Have you got a list for Monday? Yeah, I mean, I have a list for Monday. I'm a little bit worried about this, supposedly. I have about 50 Death Company with jump packs now. It's ridiculous, Daniel. I don't know why I've got so many. I have a bunch from 2nd edition that I like repurposed, and they were also painted they were painted by like 13-year-old me. So I bought new Death Company, did them, and then I stripped back all the Death Company from 2nd edition. So I have a ton of old metal Death Company that need painted as well. I'm a little bit worried about this apparently Sangori Guard going up in points, and then the other leaks that I'm seeing is like Sisters of Battle, like Repentia are going down in points, Zerafin are going down in points. I'm like, you have got to be joking me. Sangori Guard cannot be going up in points if tier 1 armies are getting point reductions. Like, I guess we'll see. But yeah, you know, we'll still do the good fight and stuff, and hopefully we can still get the victories, but that's kind of like, that's really stacking the bar against us. Like, I cannot... Sisters are so powerful right now, I honestly do not think they need any point reductions whatsoever. So the fact that 2 of their strongest units are rumoured to have point reductions, that's you know, that's... Well, actually, Retributors, I believe, as well are getting point reductions. So 3 of their strongest units, that's a joke. Frontline Gaming, same discounts, etc. Can you link the front? Can you link Frontline Gaming so that other people that don't know about it can get the URL then? Mick, if you're in the US. I have like an affiliate with Noble Knight Gaming, but their stock always seems like they're a US company, so you can get some money off if you buy from Noble Knight, but they always their range of stock doesn't seem as to be like, I guess they don't stock everything, right? I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Are Cat Factory Terminators any good? I much prefer them to normal Terminators. I mean, how have you got them armed? I mean, I forget, which are the ones that can take lightning claws? Is that Tartos or is that Cataphractory? Because if you've got, I think Terminators with lightning claws and the Stormbolter, 1 lightning claw, one Stormbolter would be pretty strong. But I forget, I mean, they're all just called Relic Terminators now, right? Like, there is no Cataphractory, there is no Tartos, but yeah, which one, like, how have you got this Terminators armed? Brexit has fucked things up. Brexit has been a complete joke, man. Especially here in Scotland, because in Scotland we didn't actually vote for Brexit. We just have to deal with Brexit because we're like the minority of the UK, so it's like, even though we didn't vote for it, we get it anyway. So yeah, it's, you know, it's putting businesses out, and our local MPs are puppets for the Conservative Party as well, which is it's frustrating, you know. They promise one thing, and then the second they win the election, then all their promises just go out the window. So, we're not going to get in too deep on politics on this channel, I guess. Relic Terminators can do things regular ones can't. Combi bolters and a single lightning claw. Yeah, that's how I would like if I had to run Terminators, that's how I would run them. A single lightning claw and a combi bolter. I think that would be good. And yeah, regular Terminators can't do that. But I think the lightning claws are super strong on Blood Angels, and even more so probably because of the Red Thirst. Do you play at the stores there in Scotland? Here we don't have gaming halls or clubs. The stores have all the tables. It's kind of courtesy to buy from them once in a while. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a Games Workshop. The closest Game Workshop is like probably a 90-minute drive from where I am. I mean, Scotland's pretty remote in places. I live in a very small town. Like, we have a cinema, but it has 2 screens, you know. So, like, you know, I don't know how many places you know that's got a cinema that's only got 2 screens. And like, the cinema was built in like the 50s, so if you get stuck behind somebody tall, you actually don't get to see the movie. So yeah, I live in a very small town, so we don't have a Games Workshop here. So we're lucky. The place that we play is basically a spare room at the office that I work at for my day job, and we're lucky enough where, like, basically Andrew, who you know from my streams, I'm sure, it's his office. Andrew's my boss in real life. So we've basically converted one of the rooms that we had spare in the office. We're very lucky, I guess. We used to play in people's garages and stuff like that, but I mean, it's kind of difficult to do that in the winter when it's in Scotland. It's absolutely freezing. Look, I don't have my gloves on tonight. Do you guys notice? No gloves. It's not even June yet. Like, Scottish summer has arrived. It's like the 29th of May. It's actually warm enough here. The heating hasn't been on today. The radiator isn't on, and I don't have gloves on. And like, my hands look okay, yeah? Yeah, they look okay. Both Cataphracti and Tartos can do single claw and combi bolter. Then that's what I would do. I think that's good. I would, like, they're actually one of the squads I'm going to buy next, I think, is a Relic Terminator squad. I think I'm going to paint them Death Company colours, just because reasons. And I think I'm gonna, like, I was half tempted to drop the Centurions and try and run them, because the thing about the Centurions is they're super slow, right? And the Terminators can deep strike in, which might, like, I think the biggest weakness of the Centurions is their speed. So, like, having Lightning Claw, Stormbolter, Relic Terminators dropping in might be better. I mean, I think survivability-wise, it'd kind of be the same, right? The Centurions have +1 toughness, but the Terminators have that 5+ Crux Terminatus. And you know what? In my games, the Centurions usually die to friggin' multi-melta shots. So in that case, the Terminators might actually be better, because you've got more models to take the wounds across, and you also have that 5+ invulnerable save without needing the Psychic Fortress. So, yeah, Relic Terminators with combi bolters and lightning claws. I guess the Sergeant could have a power sword if you really wanted, but I think you'd be fine to just have a lightning claw as well. I mean, you could maybe even play like Angel's Ascendant on him in Mastercraft, the Sergeant's lightning claw. So the Sergeant would get, what, 6 attacks the Sergeant would get, actually, because he's got 3 base, 1 for charging, 1 for shock assault. 1 from Shock Assault, 1 from Savage Echoes, 1 from additional Lightning Claw. I mean, that would be pretty cool, right? Blood Angels characters need a point reduction. Yeah, I mean, like, if the leaks that we're seeing about Chapter Approved are true, right? Like, the only thing that's changed is, like, the Sanguinary Priest is down 15 points. Sorry, no, the Sanguinary Ancient is down 15 points. I mean, that's still overcosted. Sanguinary Guard are up, and there's basically no other changes. I mean, whoever's doing the balance, I'm sorry, they need I don't want to say they need fired, because it's like that's a bit extreme. But like they need to, whoever's doing the balance numbers needs to be playing the game more, because it's like I don't think they've got a clue. Like, if they can put Repentia and Zephyrim down and put Sanguinary Guard up, yeah, they I mean they don't have a clue. Those units do just as much damage as Sanguinary Guard, pretty much, and they're like already like less than half the cost of points. Like, so how on earth do they need point reductions and we need point increases? Make the Relic Terminators gold, please. I've been doing so many models in gold, man. Memorial Day weekend and it's still in the 40s here. When you say 40s, you mean Fahrenheit, right? Yeah. It's 19.4 Celsius in here today, so that's nice. It's 22 upstairs, but my house is colder downstairs. It's the price you pay for living in the Celtic fringe, low light levels and damp miserableness. Yeah, Scotland's a weird one, man. Like, we only really get like maybe 3 months of summer, and I do sometimes wonder why I live here, but it's very quiet, and I mean, I guess I like quiet. Probably put more emphasis on quiet than I should, maybe, but yeah, it's a weird one. I mean, I don't know why. We really don't get a lot of summer in Scotland. That's the bottom line. I mean, it was really nice today, but I think it's gonna be really nice tomorrow. So, but yeah, overall, on the most of the time, we get like a pretty poor amount of summer. We gotta realize Sanguinary Guard are so insanely good. They are probably the best melee unit in all of 40k. I mean, they are good, man. They are very good in in doing damage, but they are kind of terrible at surviving. A 2+ save, 2 wound unit in the current meta, where there's like a million multi-meltas, they're not survivable at all. I've been saying this for a while. I mean, like I don't think they need to go up in points 100%. If other units like Xerafen and Repentia are coming down in points, there's no way the Sanguinary Guard should be going up in points. I mean, we're not even close to a tier 1 army at the moment. So they're just picking on one of the units that actually makes us semi-competitive and just upping its points costs, because Outrider's worth taking in a Blood Angels list. I like the model, but a lot of models seem to fit better. Outriders usually need AWB422. You need to subscribe to me on YouTube, man, because I did a video on Outriders. It's like a 15-minute breakdown video on YouTube on Fridays. I put out a video every Friday, and Outriders were actually the topic of this week's video. So I mean, I could answer your question right now, or you can just go and hit on my YouTube channel and subscribe, and you know, you get, if you once you're subscribed, there's a little bell, right? You'll see it here on my screen right now, the little bell. If you click that bell and make sure you set like enable all notifications, it means every time I do an upload, you'll get like a ping. And yeah, I mean, I break down Outriders in great detail, maths it. It's like a 15-minute video all about Outriders and if you should take them. So go watch that, man, because it's gonna be better than anything I can tell you on this live stream right now. But it's gonna break down everything. Quiet is very nice. How cold does it get in winter here? It doesn't really snow much, does it? It snows some years. Some years we don't get snow, and like I guess we get down to like -20 Celsius is kind of as low as it will go. So I mean, occasionally I suppose it might go a little bit further than that, but it doesn't get super cold. I guess what we get a lot of miserable days, right, where you're just like in single digits, and we get miserable days throughout the year. So even in the middle of summer, we get miserable days where it's like single digits of Celsius, and it's just rainy and overcast, and basically quite dull. And I guess we get a lot of that. Like that is typical Scottish weather. It's almost like a joke here in Scotland that like it just rains all the time. So something like that is kind of where we're at in terms of weather for the year. I am subscribed on YouTube. I just missed it. Oh, okay, no problem. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you don't click that bell icon to get all the notifications, YouTube just decides whether or not, sometimes it doesn't show you my videos. That's the YouTube algorithm for you. It decides whether you see them or not, I guess. But yeah, we did a big video on Outriders on Friday, so they're glass cannons. Yeah, but I mean, are they that much more efficient than like Repentia? And it's easy to have more melta shots than we have models. Yeah, absolutely. Like, so I'm playing Sisters of Battle on Monday night. I'm gonna double confirm tomorrow that I'm playing that game, and it's against Andrew's Sisters of Battle list, and he's spending 800 points to bring 44 meltagun shots to the battle. So like, if you ask me, that's an insane amount of meltagun shots for that's like 20 points per meltagun shot. If you think about, like, if you want to put meltagun, well, I think I actually worked out it was 18 points per meltagun shot, right? If you want to put a multi-melta onto a Land Raider, they're going to charge you 25 points for just the meltagun, right? So how he can have enough models and meltaguns for 800 points, 44 meltagun shots on a single turn, and when I say meltaguns, I mean basically they are multi-melta shots, right? So they are 24 inches and double damage, or plus 2 damage if it's half range. So you can do that with his Sisters of Battle list. And the rumors saying that we're going up in points and they're going down in points. Like who's balancing this shit? I'm sorry. Like, are they playing against these tier 1 armies, and do they know what cheesy crap they're bringing? Because I feel like they don't. That's so much melta. Yeah, it costs them 800 points to bring that much melta. It's ridiculous. 44 meltagun shots in a turn. So you can bring that much melta shots, and you can still have his Repentia, and you can still have his Zephyrin, and you can still have his characters. I don't even know how many points we would have to spend to get 44 meltagun shots, but like, what are Eradicators? 6 Eradicators, 135 points. So you would need, 3 Eradicators, 135 points. That's 6 shots. So to get 44, you would need 8 of that. Okay, so we'd need to spend 8 times 135. We need to spend almost 1100 points, where like, he can do it for 800. They aren't as efficient as Repentia and Bloody Rose, but the new Sisters Codex, I hope the new Sisters Codex has something that makes them a little bit weaker. Like, if they get point reductions and their new Codex has no reductions in other strength, that's going to be ridiculous. Like, we will not, like, maybe we'll be able to beat Andrew, or maybe we'll be able to beat some Sisters lists, but I get like top Sisters players who are playing like really high top meta lists and have a lot of experience. Like, I don't know how we'll do against them. I'm honestly scared about Monday night's game. We only beat the Sisters by 2 points last time, and like, this list he's bringing now is a bit stronger for sure, I feel like. So like, Andrew's trying to build a Sisters tournament list is where he's at with it. So he hasn't quite got there yet, but I mean, each list he's building is getting stronger and stronger, I mean, I have made some changes to my list, but like, if we're gonna have to deal with Sanguinary Guard going up in points, then I guess we're gonna have to drop something from my list, which is gonna be really difficult to do as well. Maybe they have too much Sisters overstock, they're just trying to sell the models. I mean, maybe. I mean, Games Workshop are making, like, every time you hear about their like profits for a quarter, right? Like, they're doing absolutely fine. All the reports say that they're making loads of money. They've made loads of money during the pandemic. I mean, in some ways, they could probably charge $10 less on every box and still be making money. I feel like, because there's a lot of you know, there's a lot of models that have kind of gone up. Like, well, I feel like I guess there's inflation and stuff, so you have to counter that in, but you know, like, people were very upset about the cost of the new heavy intercessors, right? Like, it's hard, I don't know, it's hard to say. Like, maybe they do have overstock, but I feel like they're making money just fine, they're selling models just fine. I don't think they have too many problems, you know. What's really strange actually is, didn't they, how much points, I don't know, the leak that I read said they're going up 2 points per model, which I actually think is too much. You know, like, it pushes them too close to Terminators at that point, and Terminators have a whole other wound and invulnerable save, and if you're going to be deep striking anyway, then and, you know, upon Wings of Fire got nerfed, right? So we can't really use that effectively to move around the board anymore. So it's just speculation. It might be that they want to get rid of. You know, I did a bit of speculation about them trying to get rid of old models a few weeks ago as well. Like, I don't think they're in any hurry to get rid of the old models. They're obviously still selling well, and you know, they have so many firstborn transports and stuff like that. Like, I don't even know how they would start getting rid of the old stuff. So it's hard to say. I mean, I just think the person who's doing balance right now is maybe not quite, like, you guys ever watch that Jay and Silent Bob movie? What was the quote? It was like, let me think for a minute. I haven't watched that movie in a long time. He's like, oh, it's something like, here's the pulse, right? It was like, I'm sure the quote was something like, here's the pulse, here's your finger far from the pulse, jammed straight up your ass. Hey, would you like a chocolate covered pretzel? You know, it was like who is someone is just not on point with the balance, I feel like. And it's funny because I think they were supposed to be recruiting all these, like, really high level players, right? Like, high level players to help make the game more balanced, right? Like, that was, like, I've seen a couple of posts on the Warhammer community called, like, Meta Watch or something, where they're getting, like, quotes from high level players, and they're supposed to have these guys playtesting and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, if you are playtesting them, like, have you not realized that Death Guard are absolutely disgusting and borderline broken with the, I mean, Death Guard were strong before with the disgustingly resilient being that, like, 5-up feel no pain, right? And with the -1 damage, like, I honestly think they're borderline broken. Like, Mortarion is, I mean, you can kill Mortarion, but you have to commit so much to do it. I think, and then, I mean, like, we look at the Jakari coming out with their crazy low-costed transports that are, like, I don't know. I'm in a funny situation how I feel about the balance as of late. What I want to know is, why the hell isn't there a Primaris unit with a jump pack? I mean, that's a very good question as well. And if you actually read the new Blood Angels Codex, there's actually a paragraph about how Primaris units love jump packs, Ross. So I think what happened was they planned to do Primaris jump packs or something, and, like, something set them back, I guess, because, like, there's a whole paragraph in the book about how Primaris units love jump packs, and it's like, all right, they love them so much that they decided to not give them any, you know, like, it just doesn't make sense. After the Codex issues, raising model points would just compound the issues of making competitive lists. Yeah, I mean, like, our codex came out first, and they really hurt some of our key stratagems, right? Like, some of them were just gone. And you know what's funny, actually? I'll tell you this. Red Thirst, right, used to be like a core stratagem for us. It was 1 CP, and I think it was D3 additional attacks on a character when you fight, right? So they changed Red Thirst, so it's an additional point of AP. Has anyone actually used Red Thirst since they changed it? Because I have never cast it. I never in a battle think to myself, oh, I could really use one more point of AP here. It's just like, so we had some of our best stratagems changed to be worthless, essentially. I mean, someone in chat maybe hit me up and tell me like, oh, I'm using Red Thirst and I'm getting great value out of it, but I'm not. I mean, like, I use Blade Guard Veterans. They're already -3 or -4 in Assault Doctrine. I use Sanguinary Guard. They're always -3 or -4, you know? I use Vanguard Veterans with Lightning Claws. They're already -2 or -3, right? It's very like, most of the time you push the enemy onto their invulnerable saves anyway, so like, I've never ran that new Red Thirst. I know it's army wide, and when I first read it I thought, oh, this sounds pretty cool, but honestly I've never used it. If there was a Primaris jump pack unit, it'd be better than any Firstborn and Invalidate, Vanguard Veterans, Sanguinary Guard, and Death Company. Yeah, I mean, it might. Death Company are in a crap place right now, though. I mean, thank God the Death Company, like, the rumor says that Death Company didn't go up in points, but like, Death Company should 100% be stronger than Vanguard Veterans, I feel like. Like, what's the point of having a faction-specific unit if it's eclipsed by the basic, you know, like a basic veteran squad? And I think there was a time when Death Company were a lot better than Vanguard Veterans, but right now it's just not there. People still love Firstborn. It's a business issue between the long-standing hobbyists. There's also something weird there, Adam, in that they do not give the Primaris units the options that they, you know, like, Primaris Death Company get 1 Thunderhammer and a squad of 10. Like, what is that? You know, in Firstborn you can have 10 Thunderhammers if you want. I mean, that's crazy. I have actually seen some people that run tournament lists with like 5 Death Company with 5 Thunderhammers, and I think it's crazy. But at least you've got the option to do it, right? Whereas in like Primaris, you just don't get any options. It's just like, you can have 1 Thunderhammer. I'm like, wow, great, thanks for your generosity. Like, why? Sorry, I'm not normally such a negative person. This stream, maybe we need to switch the topic. But yeah, I guess my plan is, I ordered chapter approved this morning. I assume a bunch of you guys did as well, and I did say in the Facebook group in that if you're in the UK and you order it from Element, I think every purchase gets me like $1. So if anyone wants to help out the channel and buy it through Element and use the link, that'd be appreciated. But yeah, I mean, the second the book comes out, I guess we'll do a stream. We'll try and get a few people on, and we'll try and talk about points, costs, and changes. And I guess maybe I'll do a stream where I talk about how I'm going to have to change my list, right? Because I was kind of thinking that, like, I've got my tournament list ready. I've got a tournament in September, and I was going to bring the tournament list for its first game on Monday night, try and see how it gets on. But I guess it's going to be interesting if things change in Fires. Upon Wings of Fire has won me a game via Custode, so I always keep it in mind. Do you know what I have used Upon Wings of Fire once, I think, as well, and since they changed it. I pretty much used to use it every game, sometimes multiple times every game, and now I've used it once. So yeah, that was another one of our like top tier stratagems that just never use it anymore, which is kind of sad, I guess. The lack of war gear for Primaris is a thematic theme. They follow the old Legion rules. Yeah, I mean, I know that they're saying it's a thematic theme, but it's crap. It's the same crap as Primaris units can't go in Firstborn transports and vice versa, right? It's like, I don't see what it adds to the game, if anything. I think it just makes, I think it takes away from things rather than adds to it. Sometimes getting under these wings is a real pain in the arse, isn't it? I have to touch that gold up after this. Does anyone run Death Company Intercessors? I mean, they get an extra attack on regular Death Company, right? So I guess, like, if you... I don't know, if you were in a fun, casual game, Ross, and you had a Impulsor, you wanted to put Death Company Intercessors in there and have a little bit of fun with, like, a 5-man squad with one Thunderhammer, I mean, you could do it, but no one does it in competitive play. You know, transports... Why pay for the points for a transport when you can pay the points for a jump pack, you know, which is a lot cheaper and arguably a bit more flexible as well, right? So yeah, no one's doing it competitively. Maybe some people are doing it for fun, I guess. I'm just getting back into 40k after not playing since 2003, and yeah, Death Company just ain't what they used to be. Yeah, so I used to always run 5-man Death Company, and I did a video a little while back on the YouTube channel, and basically compared a 5-man Death Company, that's 4 chainswords and 1 Thunderhammer, against a 5-man squad of Vanguard Veterans with all Lightning Claws. And the Vanguard Veterans with all Lightning Claws cost the exact same points, so it's 140 points, and in that video, it turned out that although the Death Company did like 10% more damage, the Vanguard Veterans were like 70 or 80% more survivable. Like, it was crazy how much more survivable they are. And like, Death Company have some inherent problems as well, right? You can't fall back, you can't perform actions. So based on that, you get a unit that's more versatile and can pretty much do exact same damage. Oh, 10% less damage, but 70% more survivable. I mean, when you know, point for point, they're just a lot better, I guess. I'm really digging the 80s techno in the background. Yeah, I mean, I guess you can drop Transhuman on it. If you want any of this music, all the music I listen to on stream is actually royalty-free music provided by another YouTuber, Pretty Sound Guy. His YouTube channel is called Alpha Gaming. So if you ever want any of this music, just hit me up in Discord. I can send you a link. You can download the full albums, or you can stream them on Spotify. I kind of just think this is a bit, like, it's quite chilled. Just gets you in the zone, right? Our drip feeding releases by limiting war gear options with each unit release. Example, Devastators came with any heavy weapons. Now we have heavy intercessors, eradicators, suppressors, hellblasters. I hate building and painting Sanguinary Guard. Annoyingly crap to build and paint. They don't fit well together. Fiddly to paint. Do you know what? I actually don't mind painting them. They are a bit fiddly, I guess, if you've got the wings on. But I love Sanguinary Guard. I mean, they're one of my favourite units to play on the tabletop. I'm going to be mad if they go up in points, Tony, and Repentia and Zephyrim and Retributors all go down in points. I don't know how we're continuing to beat Sisters of Battle, because that is going to be broken. I just had an hour to kill today and put together a cartoon strip on a vehicle issue. I'll upload it to Discord. It takes 2 or 3 minutes to go through. Alright, cool, yeah. Upload your cartoon, man. That'd be cool. Next we will get a unit with las cannons, and after that a unit with heavy flamer. Yeah, I mean, marine unit bloat is already a thing. Like, marine players don't need more units. We just want more weapon options, I think. I think that's... I mean, you're probably right though. More units will sell more models, but like, I think I would just like to see more flexibility in the Primaris stuff. I'd also really would like to see some Primaris jump packs. I would also really like to see Dante, like, the rumour is Dante's going down 10 points, so he would be the exact same point cost as the captain on the bike. I still prefer the captain on the bike. He's just, you know, he's more survivable, he's got more going for him. It's a tough one, you know? And yeah, I kind of assumed they would change something with Miracle Dice. I don't know. I mean, maybe they change it so you only generate Miracle Dice like a maximum number per turn or something. Like, maybe that would be a way to fix it, like 2 per turn, because at the moment you can end up with, like, I don't know, Andrew's list with St. Catherine, he can generate like 3 at the beginning of the battle round, and then it can kind of get a bit crazy. Like, even in turn 1 last game, he had like 3 6s on his Miracle Dice tray, and I mean, that makes a lot of difference when you, in the early game, when you need to make some saves and you've got all these saved 6s. It can make a big difference. I'm going to be disappointed because after the review you did of the Flesh Tearers, I mean, at 32 points per model, right? So that's basically what, like a 6, no, it's not 66. It's a 6% rise in point cost on Sanguinary Guard. I mean, I'll probably still field 7 or 8 Sanguinary Guard even if they put 6 or 8% on the points cost, right? I'll just be a bit annoyed that, like, whoever's looking at balance is putting that on us when other units for other armies that are performing ridiculously well right now are getting point reductions, you know? I guess we'll find out. But yeah, I mean, worst case, I guess we could drop 1 model of that Sanguinary Guard, run a 7 rather than an 8, or an 8 rather than a 9, right? The Discord only allows 8 megabytes. You can probably put it in the Facebook group, man. I don't think Facebook has a limit on the file size. Or can you DM it to me on Discord and I can... Yeah, if you DM it to me, I could probably see if I can get round that, since I am the admin of the Discord, or however that works. I'm really noob at Discord, so it might take me a little while to figure it out, but I can probably do it. They just want our money, so we won't get more weapon options, certainly not with Marines. I'm sad about that, man. I feel like we deserve more weapon options. With a chapter approved, we only change the points. Usually they just change points in chapter approved. I think it's sometimes... In previous years, they have sometimes changed some rules slightly in chapter approved, but usually it's points. Hey Hondo, how you doing? Good evening. Favorite looking unit? I don't know. I mean, I really like the Leviathan Dread, actually. He's very cool, right? The Blood Angel chassis one is very, very nice. Alright, I'm going to do a little bit of contrast paint on some of these weapons, I think. I've been holding off doing it, but I think I'm going to... Am I going to do it now? Or am I going to do... Do you know what? We'll start with the Fang and we'll just touch up. I got the chapter approved 21 for Space Marine as well. What do you mean you've got it, Smithy? Like, you've got a PDF of chapter approved already, or you ordered it today like everybody else? If you got a PDF of it, you need to share it with me right now. That's the deal. I want a Primaris Tactical Squad. Hey Emperor Son, it's been a while since we've seen you in the chat. Thank you so much for re-upping your membership, brother. Appreciate it. I thought that... Yeah, the Games Workshop does have a blurry image of the page. Highland, how you doing? The rumour has it that Sanguinary Guard are going up 2 points per model, which I disagree with. But we don't really know much else yet, I guess. Yeah, like, if you've got the PDF, man, let's see it. Is it in English? Because the one that we saw was... Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it, Highland? I could get on board with them going up 2 points if they're getting invulnerable save. Sure, I'll be on board with that. Yeah, I mean, considering where Blood Angels stand in the meta right now, that is not the right decision to be increasing our points cost. But did they actually say when the book's released? Is it like a week away, or is it 2 weeks we have to wait for it? I didn't actually read it. Like, I just pre-ordered it this morning. I didn't actually read when the book actually, what day it released. Sanguinary Guard up 2, Sanguinary Ancient down 15, Dante down 10. June the 5th it ships. So like a week Monday? Oh, a week today. Okay, so it ships next Saturday. Okay, so we'll maybe have it for the battle a week Monday. Okay. Yeah, that's what I heard as well. Sanguinary Guard up 2 points. Sanguinary Ancient down 15, Dante down 10. I mean, it doesn't address the problem with Dante in that you can still make a better chapter master for less points from the Space Marine book. It doesn't address the problem with the Sanguinary Ancient either, which is like he's not survivable. Like, you know, someone Island was just asking, can we get like an Artificer armor save on Sanguinary Guard? Well, the Sanguinary Ancient needs an invulnerable save. Be it a 5+, I would be fine with that. 110 points and a 5+. Yeah. I mean, think about this. The Sisters of Battle get 4+ Croziuses on their friggin' 50-point models. So how can we not get a 5+ on a 110-point model? Like, it's just stupid. And then Sanguinary Guard up 2 points per model. So I guess if you field 8 of them like I do, then that's you up like what, 16 points. That's a really annoying number as well, right? Because like normally you would cut like one weapon and get like 10 points, or you'd cut a Thunderhammer and get 15 points. So for whatever reason, they've decided to make it just an annoying number as well. So we'll have to find a way to deal with that, I guess. But we'll know, I guess, next week. Really think the PDF, I mean, share the PDF in Discord if you want. There were some screenshots in this Facebook group earlier of I think it's the Spanish version of the book that was kicking around, and those were the costs that I saw from the Spanish version. Sometimes the other language books aren't always correct though, but I mean, I guess we're clutching at straws. I mean, probably what's going to happen is Sanguinary Guard are going to go up 2 points per model. Like I said, a really annoying number of points as well, because now we're going to have to... We can't just drop like 2 weapons, like a 10-point weapon and a 5-point weapon, and fit them in. We need to drop that 3rd weapon and leave ourselves like 4 points left over or some bullshit. Anything going down to offset the Sanguinary Guard? I doubt it, Highland. I think they've just... Like... I don't know who's doing the balance, but like... No one is saying that the problem with the Blood Angels is that the Sanguinary Guard are too cheap, right? No one said that ever. Like... Sure, some people complained about the Ancient being too much, and like, I don't think Dante's too much. I think 175 points is the right amount of points for Dante. I think they just needed to make Dante a little bit more survivable, right? Like, give him a Feel No Pain. He's friggin' Dante. He's the longest living Space Marine ever, right? Like, give him a Feel No Pain. I mean, the reason Dante worked really well in the previous editions, right, was because he got that 5+ Feel No Pain from the Standard of Sacrifice. So just give him a 5+ Feel No Pain. You could have left him at 175 points. And you know what? If you give Dante a 5+ Feel No Pain, I might actually consider running Dante again, just because the CP saves us. But without the Feel No Pain, the fact that the Chapter Master can have the Feel No Pain and the double reroll on both saves, and the and the toughness 6, you know, like it's impossible. Like, I'm not gonna run Dante over that. I'm just not. What's a good channel in Discord? Yeah, the rules. Go put it in the rules room. That would be cool. Absolutely. GW is balancing for a game we're not playing. Gabriel is better than Dante. I mean, Gabriel will do more damage than Dante. That's for sure, won't he? Yeah, I'm confused by whoever's doing the balance. And if whoever's doing the balance thinks sisters need to drop in points, like, get out of here. Like, have you played a competitive sisters list? Like, literally every unit they have will destroy one of your units every turn, and they can have half of them arriving from Deep Strike with guaranteed charges. Like, if you have an enemy unit that can arrive from Deep Strike and guarantee a charge, how do you counter that? There is no counter, right? You just have to take the damage and hope that you can survive it and move on. So you're going to make those units cost less points? Like, nah. That's just stupid. I mean, when I'm playing Sisters at the moment, like, my screening has to be absolutely on point. It's kind of ridiculous how you have to screen every unit you want to live so they can't be deep striked and guaranteed charged on. Yeah, I mean, the way to run Seth, though, is just put him in a drop pod, right? Like, I don't think you start Seth on the board, I guess. Like, I think you 100% start Seth in the drop pod. I think that's how you're supposed to use him, maybe. No, I mean, I guess you could run him in a Land Raider. That works as well, man. Yeah, I mean, I guess you get him 20 points cheaper now as well because they dropped the point cost on the Land Raider. But I also don't think 265 points is the right amount of points for a Land Raider. Like, if you want to see Land Raiders on the table, again, I think it comes down to the fact they have no invulnerable save, and like, I think Games Workshop should start realizing why things are not on the table as opposed to just changing the points cost for them. Yes, Sanguinary Guard are on the table, and all you really do by increasing the points is hurt the people that run massive amounts of Sanguinary Guard. But guess what? We've already determined that massive amounts of Sanguinary Guard aren't competitive. So now you're just hurting normal people for the sake of hurting normal people that just run their one squad of Sanguinary Guard. Primaris Sanguinary Guard, what should they look like? I mean, Primaris Sanguinary Guard are maybe coming at some point. I think a lot of us had probably hoped that they'd have been here already. So it's kind of hard to say what they should look like. I mean, I think for sure they would need an invulnerable save. I think that's the thing. I think that's the biggest problem with Sanguinary Guard. It's too easy in this current meta with so many Meltaguns to just decide like, oh well, I'll just shoot all my Meltaguns at Sanguinary Guard because they're no real big threat. And sure, I have to give up one round of my Meltagun fires, but I'll kill every Sanguinary Guard and they won't even get a save, or they'll be able to save on 6s, which is like super unreliable. I know quite a lot of people are just converting their regular Sanguinary Guard now at this point, hoping for the change at some point in the future. I mean, I had honestly thought the change was going to come last edition, because, you know, Marneus Calgar got that new release last edition, and I was convinced that we'd get like a new Dante release. But I guess we'll see. Like, I don't know how long you'll have to wait for that. I think Discord, I'm hearing Discord ping, so it probably means Oh yeah, there's leaks popping up in Discord, by the way, guys. Someone just posted in general. And someone posted a load of chapter approved stats in the rules room as well. So I don't know if these are 100% going to be the correct, but it looks like if you want to check them out, there are things popping up in Discord. Yeah, I mean, I've used Psychic Fortress a lot to help with Sanguinary Guard survivability as well. So I mean, we can still do that. But yeah, I'm not convinced they needed a point increase. If the sisters' point increase is to be believed, then, or the point decrease on some of their hardest hitting units is to be believed, then that's going to be absolutely brutal. Bad timing too as well, because I thought I'd nailed this list for this tournament. I was convinced I had something that was really quite strong. I'm going to paint this Sanguinius in red here. Don't know if you guys can see that. Sanguinius. Yeah, I mean, you can drop one model for the points. Yeah, I mean, and I'm sure that we could look across our army and find other things we could drop, right? I run infiltrators at the moment, so maybe I need to run incursors. I was trying to think about that, like if you run incursors rather than infiltrators, it would save you 15 points. And the Sanguinary Guard are 16 points. So it would almost get you there. I guess it depends on how much value I think I'm usually getting out of the Deep Strike Denial. Get some. I suppose the other option would be to run aggressors or something rather than centurions. I guess aggressors are kinda similar, right? In some ways aggressors are probably have some advantages because they can be transhumaned. Transhuman against a shitload of meltiguns would be very strong as well, right? It did. Aggressors were like a pretty staple part of my army in 8th edition. I used to run a lot of aggressors quite often. I did generally quite like them. I have the Lord of Skulls for nearly 2 months and I'm just now starting the assembly process. Normal intercessors are not better shooty units. That's literally the point of heavy intercessors, to be a better shooty troop option. Multi-melt attack bikes plus 5 points as well. You're joking. You're joking. So what? 60. So multi-melt attack bikes are going up. What about eradicators? Are Eradicators changing? That's ridiculous. So 2 of our best units are going up, and all the strong sisters units are going down. Don't make me paint Eradicators, GW. Seriously. I think they removed bolt. Oh no. Yeah, I don't think the Land Raider going down and down the number of points it's going down makes it viable. See you later, Tony. Thanks for hanging out. Who's doing the balance? What the fuck is the business end of this crack pipe? Yeah, I mean, who is doing the balance? Is a good question. Someone that obviously doesn't play the game nearly enough, I feel like. Man, I don't want to have to paint Eradicators, but like, if they have if the multi-meltas have changed, then sister rules are about to change. Yeah, I mean they better change. Apparently, Vanguard veterans jump packs have gone up 1 point, and their storm shields have gone up 1 point as well. Is this right? Has someone else got this information? Plasma Inceptor's up 10. All right, you are literally joking. You are whoever. Plasma Inceptors were already ridiculously overcosted. 10 more points per model. If they're so, hold on. What were Plasma Inceptors? They were 55 points per model. You tell me they're 65 points per model now. So for 65 points, you can get a Plasma Inceptor, or for 54 points, you can get 3 sisters with 3 multi-meltas. So you can literally have 6 plasma shots on 1 strength 5 model with a 3+ save. Or you can have 6 multi-melta shots across 3 models. No way. No way. If Plasma Inceptor, I don't even run Plasma Inceptors, and I would not even run them. I wouldn't even touch them at 55 points a model. So if they went up, they're going up 10 points a model. That's insane. Yeah, I mean, they've just tried to nerf the popular things. They haven't even looked at balance. They haven't thought like, oh, the reason these things are popular is because Space Marines struggle to compete with all these other armies, because guess what? Your other armies are brokenly overpowered. So Vanguard Veterans will be going up 1 on the jump pack, 1 on the Storm Shield. Attack Bike's going up 5. Is that it? Is that all the information that we really have right now? Yeah, I don't know what to think, man. I mean, we'll have to adapt, but these changes, these numbers, honestly, don't make a lot of sense right now. Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll know next week, guys, and I guess we'll play with or we'll have to build a new list. I guess I'll have to go back and rethink what I was planning on taking to this tournament. But I'll tell you, I'm not going to take Dante. I'm not going to take a Sangori Ancient. Like the changes of the points aren't why I don't take those units. So that part is sort of mute. And I only take 1 squad of Sangori Guard, so I'm not that hard affected, you know? But I guess I do take a squad of Vanguard Veterans, so my Vanguard Veterans, I think even at 2 points per model, Vanguard Veterans are probably still going to be better than Death Company, just because of the survivability difference. What's the point of the book when they don't do much changes? I mean, I guess they always make books, and I guess they always sell books, so there's not much you can do about that, I guess. But yeah, I mean, if those are the changes, that's pretty poor. Plasma Scepters at 60 points per model. If Eradicators have stayed where they are at like what are Eradicators at the moment? 45 points per model, and Scepters have moved up to 60. That's a bad joke. I mean, they know their weapons are blast, right? And they have a random number of shots, and they know that when you roll a 1, you kill your own model from full health, right? Let's hope for an expansion book in the future to fix Blood Angel's issues. Heavy Bolter went up 10 points. I just got the Sisters list, you're going to be pissed. Yeah, so come on, hit me with the Sisters list. So apparently Retributors went down in points. Repentia went down in points. Zephyrin went down in points. Like, what else do we know? Hit us, Krychek. I mean, none of those units needed to go down in points. Just throwing that out there. All those units are super competitive. They're all super alpha strikey units. 2 of them you can't even counter because they can make a 12-inch charge. Repentia can have a threat range of like about I think it's 27 inches, so they're pretty much uncounterable. Seraphim are uncounterable as well because they can come in and make that guaranteed charge, and Retributors are already ridiculously cheap for multi-meltas, like 18 points per multi-melta shot last time I checked or something. I love how riled up we are. Yeah, I don't get it, man. They're just making it even harder for us to win games. We will still win games, but like, it's already super hard. It didn't need to become harder against some of these other armies. Like, when I go to the table right now against the Sisters of Battle, right, before any of this shit happened, I'm already like, right, I gotta be on my A game because their army is super overpowered. That's how I feel when I go onto the table at the Sisters of Battle. Like, I don't, like, if I go onto the table against, like, Craft Worlds or Khorne World Eaters, you know, like, or Necrons, for example, like, I'm not sitting there thinking, like, holy shit, this army's super, super awesome, I need to be on my A game, like. But against Death Guard and Sisters of Battle, I already think every time I come to the tabletop, I'm like, right, I gotta bring my A game. These armies are so powerful right now, it's ridiculous, you know? And like, why would they even do this? I guess we're gonna have to deal with like 6 months of this bullshit then, because they won't change the points cost for a while after this, I'm sure. Like, it'll probably be another year or something. Where's the point leak? There's point leaks in Discord, in the rules channel. I guess we won't really know that they're 100% accurate till next week, but there's probably like a high probability they're accurate. You know, I had been thinking about for a while running heavy melter rifle eradicators, right? Just because they get that +2 damage. So I mean, maybe this is just the like, if attack bikes are going to go up from what, 165 points to 180 points, my Vanguard veterans are going to go up in points, my Sanguinary Guard are going to go up in points. I'm going to need to save some points somewhere. I'll probably drop the attack bikes and pick up heavy melter rifle eradicators. And you know what, heavy melter rifle eradicators are what has been winning, like, they won a tournament just not that long ago, right? So it's like, I guess eradicators may be the next thing I'm painting. Arcos, Celestiant, Pennant and Engines and Battle Sanctum all down. Also some points for War Gear has gone down, like the Contemptor Bolt Gun. Can't see Retributors having changed. What about Seraphim and... What about Seraphim and Repentia? They haven't changed? Just start painting more of our armor black. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about these leaks. They've just picked some of the strongest units and just thrown the points up on them without having any thoughts about like how Space Marine players are going to compete if we just make all their best units cost more. Like, what is that? This will probably hurt other chapters, possibly even more than it hurts us as well. if you think about it. I have 20 sword, 20 Sanguinary Guard coming, says Brian. I hope their points don't go up. I mean, I feel like they're going up, man. I don't know what to tell you. Well, I mean, we'll just have to build some new lists, Ross, and we'll just have to try and find another way to get on top. I may have to drop my attack bikes and replace them with you know, it's like the one thing I'm doing, or I mean, I guess I'm doing some things different from other people because I've been taking 2 Redemptors. It may end up that like the most competitive way for Blood Angels is to take 2 squad, like basically drop drop the attack bikes and start filling up with Eradicators. Just those heavy melter rifle Eradicators, just using stuff like transhuman on them and trying to go to town with them. I don't know. I can't see how they can justify putting attack bikes up but not Eradicators. Well, we'll have a stream as soon as the book happens. We'll try and get on and we'll try and chat about it. And we'll definitely try and build a competitive list, right? Like that's what we always do. And like I said, I got a tournament in September, so I need to build something competitive. And ideally, I need to build something competitive out of what I have because I'm a slow painter, and I still have things to paint for what I thought was going to be this list for this tournament. I mean, I guess I'm happy this came out now because like I need time to figure out what's happening for my next list, I guess. The Inceptors are what have me baffled. Yeah, I mean they're just not. Honestly, who's the person doing the balance obviously doesn't play 40, like they don't play enough 40k. Maybe they play some, but they don't play enough, right? Like, or it's a team of folk and like someone's at that meeting and it was like too many people are using Inceptors. Oh well, we'll put them up 5 more points. Like, it makes no sense. And I don't mind changes from edition to edition or from chapter approved to chapter approved that bring things back into the meta or change the meta. But I think there's better ways to do that than increase the points on things that are already working. Like the way to do it would be to look at the units that aren't getting fielded and be like, why are these units not getting fielded? Right, because they don't, you know, they're not competitive or whatever, and then address it that way, as opposed to just picking the things that are getting fielded and being like, oh well, these are getting fielded too much. We'll just make them cost more, you know? Like, pick the things that aren't getting fielded and figure out why they're not getting fielded. I feel like that's a better way to do this. And, you know, it wouldn't be hard for them to do that. You know, like, they could like, there's all these content creators, myself included, on YouTube. Someone could reach out to me on YouTube. I have an email address on my YouTube channel, and pretty much I respond to every single comment on this channel, right? Someone could reach out to me and say, hey John, do you have half an hour to discuss why Blood Angels units aren't being included? And you know what? If GW reached out to me like that, I would actually probably spend like a couple hours of my own time, you know, like every week how I make presentations. Like, I would go ahead and I would like make some slides and shit and be like, right, this is why I'm not picking this guy, because reasons A, B, and C, and then just leave, you know, then they could leave it with them and be like, you can fix it or you can not fix it. You know, it's the ball's in your court, but I'll give you the information. Like, rather than just pick the units people are actually playing and enjoying and having some degree of success with, and be like, oh well, we'll just make that more points cost, because that's how you balance things. Eradicators have higher damage output than a bike. Unit of 3 multi-meter land raiders. So 325 points for 5 Inceptors is nuts. What's gone up 15 points? Sorry, Highland Phoenix, and 5 on each multi-melter. I've had enough excitement for one night, says Crycheck. You should do a shit unit analysis, man. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know if it would help. Like, I feel like I feel like Games Workshop don't watch my content, man. I wish they would, but I feel like they don't. That's a bit thick. Hey, I do not read Russian, so thank you for subscribing, brother. But sorry, I have no idea how to pronounce your name. So if you can type a phonetic version in English, I'll give you a shout out. But yeah, sorry, I can't read Russian, or I don't even know how the characters work. So sorry about that. I'm not giving GW any more money at the moment. Someone let me know when GW actually gets something right for Blood Angels, then I'll spend some money. Yeah, I mean, I'm working through my backlog anyway at the moment, so I'm still buying paints, I'm still buying varnish and stuff, but I haven't bought any units for a little while now, actually. I mean, I guess I bought those heavy intercessors, but I haven't actually worked out how to field them in an army yet, because they're quite expensive, you know. Or maybe it's just a byproduct of the fact that I still love infiltrators. if all my favorite units have gone up in points, though, I don't know what we're gonna drop. Like, I think we're probably gonna need to free up like fifth. I was actually, honestly, before they announced this, guys, I actually thought to myself it would be really nice if the points reductions that we were getting, because I was convinced we were getting points reductions, right? Because I didn't think we were the strongest faction. I still don't. I was like, it would be really nice if the points reductions that we were getting across the board, like, got me like 40 more points in my list, and then I'd get like 2 company veterans, you know, for doing objectives and actions. And I was like, wow, that's going to be tight. That's exactly what we need. That will be really, really good. You know, like I was genuinely, like, that's something I genuinely said a few days ago, right? Like, I'm looking forward to getting like 40 points worth of reductions to get some models in. What's actually going to have happened is we're going to have to drop 40 points just to keep what we have. What a joke. Wish I could have 10 minutes with the guy that's doing the balance on this and be like, dude, like, what are you thinking? Like, have you tried playing against Death Guard? Have you tried, like, especially Blood Angels, we get countered so hard by Death Guard. That friggin', what's his name again? The guy that's got the revolting stench vats. Like, he's such a hard counter against us. Like, dropping Dante 10 points doesn't help against that. Dropping the Sanguine Ancient 15 points doesn't help against that. And making Sanguine Guard more expensive when they're already not good against it doesn't help against that. Like, alright. Great job. Yeah, I mean, you can pair a Librarian with a Shield of Sanguinius, but I think it should just be, like, if they're going to be 32 points per model, and Relic Terminators are going to be 33 points per model, Relic Terminators have a 5+ invulnerable save, Relic Terminators have an additional wound. You know, how is that balanced, man? It's not. Blood Angels have the best lore in the universe. I mean, the lore doesn't really help us when we're getting our arse kicked on the table because our unit balance is all whack, though, man. Apparently they're going up 2 points per model, so they'll be up to 32 points per model from 30. Which is like a 6.6% increase in cost. And you know, I'm usually actually really positive on this stream, Tabletop. And the last 2 lists we've actually built for Blood Angels, even though I already thought that we weren't the most strongest chapter, like, you know, the last 2 lists we built have gone 8 wins, 0 losses on 11 wins, 0 losses, and we were, I did have a really good list that I was actually hoping to do 15 wins, 0 losses on next. So, like, not, you know, maybe we need to just be in a positive mind frame and just aim for that 15 wins, 0 losses anyway, and just be like, maybe we can do it, but we gotta make some changes. It's just, for me personally, it's annoying that a lot of things that I've spent a lot of time painting recently have changed, and like I said, they haven't. All they've done is they've thrown points increases at well-performing units. They haven't looked at any of the poor-performing units and said, why are these units performing poorly? And that's what they should have done, right? You know, like, after all these changes, I'm still not running any of the named Blood Angels characters, right? Like, I'm just not. They're just not good enough, right? So, you know, they didn't address any of the problems that we have. They just picked the units that are actually doing okay and just made them more expensive. So, yeah, I have positive things to say about Blood Angels in general, and I enjoy playing the army, and you know, we get very good win rates with them, but the way that they've done these balance changes just doesn't sit right with me, I guess. Too many people bought attack bikes over Primaris Mario Karts. Yeah, I don't know, 60 points per attack bike. I mean, they are good. They can die in a single turn. Why Mephiston is amazing. Mephiston has problems in that he has no invulnerable save. He has a D3 damage weapon, which makes it unreliable. If you want to run a Blood Angel Psyker, run the Librarian Dreadnought. I did a video a wee while ago actually on this channel, Mephiston versus the Librarian Dreadnought. Librarian Dreadnought is more survivable in almost every situation, and he'll do more damage in most situations, and he's also he can also be given Chapter Master rerolls, and you'll get more value out of the Chapter Master rerolls on him than you will on Mephiston, because you'll get to reroll 1s and 2s. So I think the Librarian Dreadnought can do 33 damage in a turn, without another character buffing him, and I think Mephiston is more likely to do like 12 to 15. So yeah, Mephiston's okay, but right now, like, I don't run Mephiston, I run the Librarian Dreadnought. He's just generally better, I feel like. And it's sad because I used to run Mephiston a lot last edition actually, and I thought it was cool when they made him Primaris. Like, he was really strong for a small period, and then they again they didn't really look at why other characters were useful. They just nerfed Mephiston, right? Mephiston used to have an ability where he could basically fight twice, and that made him like really strong. You could buff his number of attacks and then he could fight twice, and then it's just like, yeah, they just removed that. It's balancing so that everyone uses attack bikes. Surprise, the points will go up. How do I give the LD rerolls? What do you mean? Sorry, Librarian Dreadnought rerolls. You can give him rerolls on hits with a Chapter Master, because he's a character, right? So the Chapter Master can let you reroll all misses. The other thing you can do with Librarian Dreadnought that really helps his survivability, Tabletop Chuck, is give him the Warlord trait Iron Resolve. It puts him up to 9 wounds and gives him a 6+ Feel No Pain. Generally makes him pretty darn survivable, I find. And then the last thing you can do with Librarian Dreadnought, which is really great, is you know he's a character, right? So if he's within 3 inches of a squad of more than like 3 guys or another vehicle, he cannot be targeted in the shooting phase. So in turn 1, I'd almost say like don't jump off and go suicidal in turn 1. Like, play him a little bit slower turn 1. Keep him somewhere like within range of like another vehicle that's got more than 10 wounds, or another squad, so that the enemy can't shoot him, and then set up for like a guaranteed turn 2 charge with like Chapter Master rerolls or something. That's the way I would run Librarian Dreadnought. If you want to see it live, I'm going to be running it on Monday night. We're probably going to get one game with this list before they change all the points costs. So I guess we'll get one game with what I thought was going to be my tournament list, and then everything's going to change. I may start painting Eradicators, honestly. Like, if Eradicators haven't changed in point cost, I know guys that have been saying for a while that multi-melta attack bikes are sort of, they fit more with Blood Angels, and they are a really nice unit to have. Like, I might just jump on the fact that if they haven't changed Heavy Melta Rifle Eradicators, it'll save like 30 points getting the Heavy Melta Rifle Eradicators. I feel like that's too good a saving to to not take, like at 15 points I was like maybe I should take the heavy multi-rifle eradicators, but I think at 30 points I'll need the other points to keep my Sanguinary Guard at full strength, and I'll need to find some other points as well to keep the Vanguard Veterans at full strength if Storm Shields are going to cost 1 more point and jump at. So 5 Vanguard Veterans are going to cost 10 more points, so I need to find 10 points for them. I need to find 16 points for the Sanguinary Guard. So I need to find 26 points, I guess. So that's going to be a little bit tricky. So heavy multi-rifle eradicators would find, like, what would they give me? 15 points? So then I would just be 11 points shy of keeping the list pretty much the same. So at that point I either need to drop the Centurions and replace them with Aggressors, or drop a Redemptor and replace it with even more Eradicators, I guess. So my list may actually change from 2 Redemptors and the attack bikes into 6 Eradicators and a Redemptor. The points costs are all over the Discord channel, if you want to check that out. But yeah, so I actually, like, I have very little experience running Eradicators. I think I've run them in 1 battle. I've always just used my attack bikes with multi-meltas because I've had them for like a long time, back from like 3rd edition, 4th edition. So yeah, I guess we're gonna see something is gonna change probably. Alright, I'm going to finish up in like 5 minutes, guys. I am back tomorrow, though, at 4 o'clock UK time for the Army List show. And I guess it'll be an interesting Army List show because I guess with everything changing, some of my advice might not be as on point as it normally is. But nonetheless, we will be back tomorrow for the Army List show at 4 o'clock. And we're usually live for about 2 hours with that show, where we look at community-submitted Army Lists. So it kicks off at UK time 4 o'clock and we're on till about 6:30. And then Monday night we were going to be trying out my new tournament list that I did want to make 15 victories in a row with on stream, so that we know we're good with the list when we take it to the tournament. I guess we'll find out. We'll be live Monday night nonetheless, and we'll possibly have a last Blood Angels game before the new chapter approved drops. So I guess tune in if you want to see that. And I mean, it should be a good game. It was against the Sisters list that I honestly thought was kind of broken. It's got so many multi-melta shots, and I really thought that I was going to get a few more points up against it because this list is so strong. Just a bit of a question mark there, I guess. What channel is your reports on? Everything is on this channel, Blood Angels Commander channel, man. I play on another channel from now, or I play on another channel now and again, is what I'm trying to say. And that channel is called Plastic Crackheads. But the guys over at Plastic Crackheads, like, I helped them start their channel because they didn't really know much about doing YouTube. So I was helping them start their channel in the understanding that there's still a live game. Like, one of them will play me every Monday night on this channel. So yeah, Monday night's games are always Blood Angels. So it's always Blood Angels versus something, and then Plastic Crackheads is like the channel where we play, sometimes there's other armies fighting other armies and stuff. But yeah, Monday nights is a Blood Angels battle every week. 7:30 UK time. And again, we're usually live probably for like 3 hours. We do try and talk a bit of tactics and stuff during the Monday night battles. Like, it's not just a battle where it's like, right, 100% trying to win this battle. We'll talk over some of the things we're doing sometimes. Sometimes it does get a bit heated, and like, people generally do want to win those battles on Monday night, especially when the guys I'm playing against know that my last list had done 11 wins in a row. They were really desperate to try and beat it. So sometimes the games do get a bit heated on Monday nights, but generally they're all in good fun, right? After chapter approved drop, no more win streak. Nah, fuck that, Adam. We'll be going on another win streak. Yeah, we are an 11 game win streak, right, at the moment. Anyway, so if we can win on Monday night, we're playing Andrew's Sisters of Battle list on Monday. And that's the list I was telling you guys has 44 Meltagun shots in turn 1. And that's why I was thinking that list was going to get hit with a little bit of a nerf and we were going to get a buff, but apparently not. Apparently 44 Melta shots for 800 points is fine. That doesn't need any balance. So, anyway guys, thanks for watching tonight. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I'm definitely going to be back tomorrow for the live show, so keep an eye out for that, and then hopefully we'll see some of you guys on Monday. Yeah, I think we're all a little bit bummed tonight, but, you know, we haven't been the strongest army now for a while, right? And I think the last 2 lists I've built proved that we don't need to be the strongest to win games. We just need to use our tactics right and our stratagems and know our armies well. So hopefully we can do the same again, even if they do hit us with some point increases. And I'll sure as hell try on this channel, you know I will. I'll fight to the very last man like I do in every battle, never giving up. So yeah, I guess hopefully we'll see a bunch of you guys on Monday night. And hopefully see a bunch of you guys tomorrow. So have a great Saturday night. Thanks so much for hanging out. Yeah, and I mean, things maybe will change. Next week, you may see a bunch of Eradicators here on the live streams where we have to get painting Eradicators for this tournament. Thanks, Dingo. Appreciate that. So yeah, have a great Saturday, guys. See you tomorrow afternoon, and then hopefully see a bunch of you on Monday. Good night. Thanks for watching. Sorry if it was a bit overly negative tonight. Once we get the book, we'll go over everything. We'll get a new list together, and we will try our damnedest to keep this win streak alive, guys. You know, like, we'll just keep it. We'll try it. So, all right. By the blood are we made, guys. Peace.